Welcome back to another episode of the RADELAIDE Summit Podcast. This week we cover shutter speeds and light levels with special guest Kodak Moment.
Woo!
We went round in circles on the dirt, not for that long, and the road in the Copper Coast weekend. Launch parties and charity rides are almost upon us, and more. Come along for the ride.
Oh, he got it.
Yeah.
Look, if you're new to the podcast and haven't listened before, each week we scour the Strava leaderboards, watching you do your efforts up Norton Summit and discuss them here on the podcast, whether you like it or not. There's a chance we might shame you. We promise not to name you personally, and the odds are definitely high we'll probably shame ourselves because we're just not as fast as you. Look, at the end of the day, our goal is to encourage and celebrate everyone going up Adelaide's best hill climb, Norton Summit, and reaching their own goals. So with that, let's introduce ourselves. We are your summiteers. Frankie.
Hello.
Wang.
G'day.
Kashi.
Ciao.
Kodak Moment.
Hi there. And I'm waving
And
a
he's
little bit.
waving,
I'm going
yes.
to wave. Very good for an audio medium.
And I
Thanks
am
for having me.
Alex. Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners, to another Adelaide Summit podcast.
As always, we need to know what has been happening on and around the summit this week. Francesca,
Someone
what's
had to
happening?
punch him, didn't they? To get him to pay attention to read. Anyway.
Building
Closing
suspense.
glass houses, mate.
Oh, yeah. Well, me. All right. So,
How's your civilization going?
it's great. So I've had a dumpster fire over the last few weeks, as people may or may know. So for the listeners, so they would know that Dad's had a heart attack and I am navigating a breakup from Soundman. But to top that off, the last week, my mum ended up in hospital for extremely high blood pressure. So for those who are playing
She
at
does
home,
have to live with you.
yes.
That's enough.
So 120/80 is considered normal, and then like high blood pressure is defined when anything is higher than 130/90. Anyway, she had 212/121.
It's like your heart rate.
Yeah, so I was like literally, I can't even describe. Like I was more stressed out of my mind than when my dad had a heart attack, because I rely on my mum a lot, and she's basically my best friend.
She's
So
the same.
yeah, she probably. But yeah, so I mean, for the last couple of months, I've been like really struggling to like get out of bed, and like I've been really flat for the last couple of months, like mostly due to the breakup and stuff. But like this was like a massive catalyst for recognizing and feeling that like just something is not right. Like you shouldn't wake up and not want to live, And so like I decided to go to the doctor, and he ended up like referring me to a psychologist, and I've now been diagnosed with chronic depression, which I've never been diagnosed with before. But they gave an option to go on medication, but like I declined just because I'm not comfortable with it. But I've opted for therapy. So I've got a mental health care plan, and
This is
I've
your
gone to.
first session right now.
Well, yeah, I know. Thanks, God. Look at you.
Where do we send the
staring
bill?
at me.
Yeah. Can we bill?
What?
Do we have high caps?
We can do high cap.
High cap, cool. Thank you.
What's a high cap?
Mate,
So you can claim it on your
one.
on your
Dear
health fund.
me.
Oh, okay.
That's right. No, this is really good.
Thank
Really
you.
good.
Well, I
Really
had my
good.
first session. I got really angry after it, so I don't know if that's normal. But yeah, because I'm not going to go on medication, they just said you stick to your exercise and healthy eating and stuff, which I have been doing. But I'm just like paying more attention to how that makes me feel after like I finish it. So on
The eating?
No, like just exercise.
Right.
And yeah, I've noticed like obviously you get endorphins and you feel really good. So after Echelon on Monday, which I did with Alex, that felt really, really good.
Saw some photos of that.
Yeah, we were holding hands, much to Alex's dismay. But yeah, so actually I've got a funny story for you. On the Monday at Echelon, I was walking with my backpack on, and I was walking to like where Echelon is, and then I turn around and I'm just like, oh, like my bag's not zipped up properly. Like it looked.
And what was in the middle of the road?
So I was like, oh shit, like stuff is like falling out.
Boob
So
cam.
no. So I was like, oh fuck, I got to retrace my steps. So I'm just like walking back down Gilly Street, and then I just see something in the middle of the road, and I was like, oh, what's that?
Is that a parachute?
I was going to say,
It's my fucking bra.
a homeless man picked it up and used it for a tent.
I'm so glad a car didn't drive, or it would have been like,
Techno
sucked in
Joe
by a
was like
bloody
doing cat scradle
parachute.
and shit with it.
But yeah, so I was just like, oh, glad nobody
Did
stole
no one
that.
picked it up though?
No.
No one could pick it up.
No one
Went
could.
and,
Two people.
went and picked that up and ran back inside.
How is your mum, by the way? But that was
like she is.
just home.
She's got an enlarged heart and she's home. and she's stressed. Like, my mum's a bit overweight, so she's been told to lose some weight and not eat salt. But my mum, being classic ethnic woman, she like puts everyone else's needs first before her own. It's just like a part of her, I don't know, genetic makeup maybe, I don't know.
Isn't salt the core ingredient of most of her cooking?
Yes, exactly. So, I mean, just one day at a time. Because she's really worried about Dad, and then Dad's now worried about Mum, and I'm just like, fucking hell.
Vicious circle with Frankie in the middle.
Circle, yeah. But anyway, so that's me. Who's next?
So Olga's going to start cycling as well.
Well, do you know, I actually want her to, but she always gets really angry whenever I suggest like going for a bike ride because she...
What about just a walk?
How about a walk? Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
I'll
Just
try
a walk around the block. Couple of
Can we
walks
get
around
on
the block.
Zwift?
Come on. It'll be like getting the Olgas on Zwift.
This whole Olga thing sounds very familiar.
How and why? What do you mean it sounds familiar? What are you talking about?
Copy
Your
paste.
mum?
It's a copy paste. No, it's you.
It's me.
Got to get back into training. Oh, Super Series is coming up. Oh shit, something has happened to me that it's quite traumatic, and I need to start exercising, even if it's 20 minutes a day.
I know. I mean, look, I will give you my mum's phone number. Alex already has it.
Got it.
He doesn't call her anymore.
We've both got it.
Your mum's phone number.
Yeah, you do.
And the other one.
What the fuck? Anyway, enough about me, please. Let's move on. Cashy.
What's
What have you done?
It's been 2 weeks.
Zooming across.
What do we do? Okay, so go back to the last 2 weeks. We had an RDO. Went to Sydney for work.
That's not an RDO, or are you talking about two separate things?
We had an RDO.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Random day off.
Random day off.
Yep.
Yeah. Sydney for work, which was pretty wild. Came back, had one night at my house, and then went up to the Copper Coast. We'll talk about that later, won't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Stayed a little Airbnb. It was great. And then again home for a night, and then G and I went road tripping to Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yeah, went to the zoo, went to the museum, went to Mario's on Fitzroy. It was delicious.
Didn't go to the aquarium, I heard.
Yeah, she was a bit salty about that, eh?
What
to the
What was the
aquarium.
question? And I answered with aquarium?
The what?
This was at the Keystone House, right? And someone was like, "Oh, you should go to some place." And then I said the aquarium. What did I say?
It's aquarium.
Aquarium.
I don't know.
Do you remember?
Master.
Anyway, everyone paid me out. Oh my god.
So we had a great time actually. It was good.
Cute.
And then stopped by the Grampians on the way back just to have a look at some boulders, some big boulders. But we had a bit of an altercation.
Please describe said altercation.
It was just when two caches collide, it's a bit fiery.
What do you mean? There's
She's a lot like her mum.
Oh, I'm not. Don't. But yeah, no, it's been great. And then been home a couple of days. She had a birthday party yesterday, so we went for a climb and a Zwift yesterday. So just getting back into it after, did like 12,000 steps at the zoo.
nice.
So still like always walking and stuff. And then I made her walk home too. It was great.
Oh my
From the
god.
Grampians.
No, she almost, close to it, yeah. But yeah, no, it's been a good week, very productive, lots of things to do, and I'm excited to
Back to school tomorrow.
get tattooed tomorrow too.
Again.
Yep.
On your ass again?
The other
or-
cheek, yeah.
The other cheek.
You're going to start running out of room. You have to go to the front.
I don't know.
Actually,
Actually, you know what? A mate of mine has
Stop.
a diamond on his
No.
on his wang, yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. I have a question about
On the
that.
shaft.
Do they have to, like,
They have to grab.
so that they can outline it properly?
They
There's no what stretch it out in case it.
No, we're not stretch it, but like, you know, like.
stretch it out as well. A couple of helicopters in there.
Oh my god! Because then
The old
if you
wristwatch.
if you made it like super small, and then it.
Enlarges. Who would have thought?
God, okay, let's. Yeah.
Career path for you, maybe.
No, thank you.
Boy.
All right, Wayne,
Anyway, but
please.
yeah, it's been a good week. Alex,
Me,
what have you got?
Super gentle week on the bike. I think like 70 k's.
Delightful.
Not really.
That was today.
No, I did 50 today, a couple of echelons. Tables have turned. So my PT at the gym is now a client of mine at Echelon. It's quite interesting.
Yeah.
Quite like it. He's like, all of those
Revenge.
times he's going to get me back. Yeah. So I had them in on Wednesday night, him and his missus, really good bunch of people.
Do you get to design the sessions at all?
I can write sessions if I feel like, yeah.
And how do you know what to write? Like, do you say, oh, he's
We've
a
got
red
certain
bar here
parameters.
and
Like,
a
you can't
green
make
bar
it.
here?
You have to do the session yourself first to make
Right.
sure it's possible. Because
Right.
like, you could do 100% FTP for 45 minutes and no one's going to get through it.
Yeah.
There's some percentages we need to work towards. But Krusty, who's Life PT Echelon, his daughter Frankie,
Oh, what a wonderful
I
human
know,
being.
but she writes some amazing sessions.
Really?
Like, yeah,
How old is she, the oldest one?
She's either early teens or just before, but she writes some awesome sessions.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
It
really
must be
cool.
the name.
Yeah, definitely. I've been smashing out some walls at home. Preparing
Yes,
for
I
new-
have been told that by
Yes.
Dick's Insider, first name something.
First name, Glee.
Yes, thank you, Dixon.
Yeah.
He helped me out yesterday moving some bricks. But today, like I was saying to you off air, Kashi,
What do you got?
I was in a bit of a mood today. I went to
Been
the
in a
shops.
mood
Do
all
we all
weekend.
like bread? We all eat bread?
I mean,
Yeah.
it makes me
Bread is
Cool.
good.
Everyone loves
Yeah,
bread.
bread is
I
good.
like dark rye bread. I think it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
sauerkraut or whatever it is. It's expensive.
Okay.
Anywho,
What did you do? I'm intrigued.
there was this label
Show me.
at Drake's today.
You can
I see?
afterpay bread.
I afterpaid a $6 loaf of bread.
what?
Just cause.
You fuck.
Do you know, sorry, I'm just going to say, isn't that a sign of the times? If there's anything.
That's why I did it. I was like, you know what? I am going to take up your 15 minutes.
Holy shit.
So I have
Afterpaying bread.
$1.34 installments for 4
4
weeks.
installments.
So how much does this bread cost you if you miss payments?
I'm not quite sure.
If you go like full deadbeat mode on this
Just
bread,
like, they're going to chase me for my $6
Yeah,
bread.
yeah.
That's a good. I should
this
try
gonna,
that.
Is this going to like count you out of owning another home in the future? Like, have you ruined
I ain't getting
your
another
finances?
home in the future.
Well, not after this bread financing. They're going to take one look at that and be like, nah, mate. Like,
You skipped on your bread payment.
yeah.
But you could have done it for the whole shop.
I could have done it for the whole shop, but it was
You
in the
just
bread
tried.
aisle.
Jesus Christ.
weird.
That's actually a bit sad, the fact that they're saying, well, they're
I know,
recognizing
this is a sign of the
Sign.
times.
that
like,
things are so expensive that people can't, they don't have like the capital cost to be able to pay
I
up
got
front. So
3
we'll do it
bags
after.
of groceries today. Mind you, I did
Cost you
get...
$1,000.
I mean, what was in it though? That's
not anything too bougie, but...
What was the bougiest, though? Like, what's the top?
multivitamins for G and some
yeah, they're expensive.
organic air-dried steak.
Oh.
What?
nothing bougie.
No. That's essential, mate. You got to get your protein. Lost gains everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's me. That's my week's wang.
Very
Wang?
good.
sorry. How much was it? The 3 bags of groceries, 150.
Yeah.
What's the per kilo on air dried
Oh,
steak?
I don't know. It's just
Organic
liquid snack.
air dried.
Organic.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
No, it's
Neither
probably
have I.
like 40 something bucks.
Wow.
So that's cheaper than Wagyu.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
I don't know who's out
Wangu.
here.
Wangu. Oh, Wangu.
Wangu.
Could be another blend
Yes.
He's not that tender.
of goat.
No, it's old and tough
Old
like
and
me.
tough leather.
Jesus Christ.
What about me? Pretty standard week this week in
You
the
have
last
to
2
write
weeks.
down what you did.
Yeah, I did. 22 hours this week on the bike.
You
Back
need
to
help,
normal
man.
programming. 800k, couple of rides with the real chamois this week, although
You're allowed to?
I'm only allowed 1 ride a week with the real chamois now.
What? You've been banned?
No, he's got a coach now, and he's got a structured program, and he's only allowed 1 ride a week with me as part of his program. So
I thought he got in trouble.
With the wife.
no.
That's it after.
Rachel's a
It's
fan
like
of mine.
that's it after
You've
the
got a
couple
you get home by 7.
Yep.
And only one with the wang.
That's
Do you
pretty
know,
much
I
how it is.
have been discussing this with some friends. Like, cycling is actually a pretty selfish sport in terms of time consumption.
It's very time consuming, yeah.
You
Yeah.
mean 30 hours a week by yourself is selfish.
No, I mean, like, if you
I
have
enjoy
family
it.
commitments and stuff like that. I'm not saying that it's selfish, but it's just like there's a lot of time that you have to put aside to, you know,
I would-
like,
Absolutely.
to be able to get to a level.
I'm actually going to disagree.
Okay, fight me. Let's go.
Yeah, because I look at other sports. I look at walking, hiking, swimming, golf,
Air hockey.
surfing, anything like that. That's like half day, you're done.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think with cycling you can use it as like gym. Like if you are prepared to put in the work, you get up before the kids go to sleep. Kids go to sleep. Wow, before the
Wow.
kids
Wake
wake up.
up.
Awake.
I do that easy,
Yeah.
and it's done. It doesn't affect my life at all.
I'm not trying to insult you, but it's
No,
just something that came up in conversation.
No, people just don't do it right.
Okay. Or maybe, yeah. Anyway.
You can waste a lot of time on the bike too.
100%.
That's probably something to think
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
Like,
sit
at a
if you're
cafe
not
for an hour
actually
and a half.
training for something, you're just cruising around. I used to spend all day out.
Which I know there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I know.
No.
I mean, you don't have a family. or-
Adelaide is
Thanks for that.
amazing.
Appreciate it. Fucking hell.
Wow.
Stab.
You know what I mean? Like
I've got a
children.
bone to pick with you too.
God.
That's a big bone.
But it is true to cruise around the Adelaide Hills. It's fucking amazing.
It is, yes.
Like, I really
Pretty good.
I'm just going to shut the fuck up now.
That's about I had an RDO on Thursday and Friday from work that I originally booked off for the Australian Masters Games
Yeah, no,
that we were going to do. But the cycling got cancelled because they didn't have enough noms.
Oh.
So
Was that just wang?
still took I think they needed a
Probably
minimum
would've
of
won
80 starters and they got 20 something. So,
Oh.
Wow.
and so I still took the RDOs off, but the weather was pretty shit Thursday, Friday. So just hung about home. And
Yeah, of the
that's it.
17 group chats we're in with Wang in them, the same message went through. Anyone else free to ride tomorrow? Anyone else free to ride tomorrow? Anyone
Yeah,
else free
and then
to ride
I was
tomorrow?
going to I was doing a moto session with Decker and the boys on Thursday, but it pissed down in the rain, so I stayed home.
I didn't want to come, thanks.
Yep.
Anyway, Kodak moment. What have you been up to for the
Oh,
last couple of weeks?
I mean,
And welcome.
thank you. Thank you
Welcome,
for having
yes.
me.
Yeah,
Great to be here. I have been dealing with a monstrous spring photography schedule.
Yeah.
It's been huge. A lot of super series. Also on top of my 9 to 5, so that's all still going on.
What?
Yeah. So
What's your 9 to 5?
So I work in marketing.
Oh my
It's
God.
Digital marketing is sort of my core job. So I do
Your own business?
no
Or
for
some-
another business.
Wow.
So all of my photography and stuff is like extracurricular work.
Okay.
And
I thought that
it's
was your
been
full-time
huge.
job.
No.
Oh my God.
No. So it's been a lot of 8-day weeks for me at the moment.
But there's only 7.
Oh.
I know. I make it work.
Well done,
You
Frankie.
have much to learn, young one.
And on top of that, a lot of sneaky Zwifting. It's really
Yep.
the least resistance between myself and exercise at the moment.
Wow.
And once you spent 16 hours outside in the sun for a weekend, you kind of just want to be in the shade.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
So-
completely fair enough.
Yeah, it's been a big one. Huge. Only halfway through spring as well.
Oh my God. See, all the sporting events, they start happening in spring because
Yeah.
winter is just like, okay, we're all inside now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the I guess the most strenuous part? Is it the shooting, the day of shooting, or it's the post?
The day of, definitely. Like,
Yeah.
just because I like to stay very mobile.
Yeah.
Like, I never like to hang around. So, like at the bend, I clocked up like 16 Ks. as
Saw
well.
that.
Yeah.
Totally.
Just walking.
Yeah, just walking, just
Oh,
around the
wow.
track. Because, like, I figure if I'm going to be there and take photos, I want to like give it a red hot go.
You need a
Nice.
golf buggy or
Plus,
something.
it's like a 9-hour day or something. So
Oh my
Yeah, it's
God.
a massive day.
That
It's
is
a big one.
insane.
I know.
So Zwifting, 9 to 5ing, eating, I
8-day
presume.
weeks.
I occasionally eat.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I consume,
Calorics.
food.
Love it. Well, before we hit you with some questions,
Go on.
Oh,
let's
yes.
start with
Sorry.
you, Frankie.
Oh, wait. Are we doing the quiz or are we going to do the Super Series stuff?
No, well, the Super
Oh.
Series is written before the quiz.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll go straight into the questions then, hey?
Oh,
Sorry.
you're going to change it anyway.
No. Okay, so I do have a little intro that I've written. So for those who don't know, we are joined by South Australia's biggest cycling ambassador, Kodak Moment. So if you've been you're welcome. If you've been at any race in any discipline, you'd be well aware of the work he does for our community. So no matter the rain, hail, or shine, he will be there.
Taking unhappy
Hopefully,
snaps in the rain.
happily taking snaps of us all in our proudest, or ugliest, or dirtiest, or most exhausted.
Or on the front waving.
Yeah.
Waving
version
or doing
of
whatever.
ourselves on the bike, and with a quick turnaround as well. You're almost guaranteed to have had a professionally graded photograph taken
You're
of you
not
on
reading
your
off
bike.
a sheet, are you?
Shut up. At these racing events.
I wasn't.
Free, by the way, which you can hold on to and
the
then look
coffee,
back and say to your
motherfuckers.
kids,
Yeah.
back in my day, I used to be able to get my heart rate above 200,
Yeah.
vomit and see stars.
Some of my
So-
favorite messages are from people who are like, I'm going to be able to show this to my kids someday.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
be like, see, your dad was awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Very
So
wholesome.
we are very
And
happy.
then you came along and ruined it.
So yeah, we are really happy to have you on the show.
Oh, thank you. It's great to be here.
And we just wanted to take this opportunity to just say a massive thank you for everything that you do for the community.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
You take some amazing shots.
Thank you very much.
So I do want to start off by asking. So I'm relatively new into the community. I've only been around for 2 years.
25 years.
But I've known you've been around for a long time. So shut up, Alex. So when did you start getting involved with the cycling community here in Adelaide?
Oh,
Both
man.
racing and when you started taking photos.
Yeah, I mean, I think I started making like cycling content a decade ago at least, because I was actually on. This takes me way back. There was a thing called the Citizens Jury on Cycling Safety.
That sounds old.
A state government initiative where they got people from the general public in to basically do like a sort of public consultation on ways to make cycling safer. And
How art thou make cycling safe?
well, this was the committee that sort of brought in the meter overtaking rule. So that was one of the things that we brought in. And we did all this stuff. We were hearing all these things about like environmentalism and health and all these kind of very dry stuff. And I was like, no one's really talking about riding bikes as like a thing that's like joyful and healthy and, you know, makes you happy. And I was like, I wanted to bring some more attention to cycling in a positive way that's like showing it as fun and enjoyable. And that's kind of where it started. I bought an action camera and started doing terrible YouTube videos.
They were great
They're
videos.
Are they still there?
Iconic.
They were so good.
People come up to me and they still tell me like, you did those videos about the hard hill climbs. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the...
Hardest hill climb series. Yeah. And they've never seen anything else. I'm like, that's the worst thing I've ever done. I'm glad it's stuck in your head. And it's kind of just happened. It's just evolved constantly since then.
Amazing.
And it always keeps changing. And
You should do another one. You should do another one. If you have time.
people are lobbying me to do it, but I'm just like, but they're bad. They're terrible.
You know what you should do? Just if I get so many donations.
God.
Oh,
I
actually,
will see.
Yeah, go on.
okay, that would be amazing.
GoFundMe, OnlyFans,
We'll
whatever
see.
it is.
We'll put a pin in that one.
Okay.
But that's kind of where it started. Actually, was just like with this cycling jury on citizens jury on cycling safety.
Yeah.
And my desire to actually go, cycling's great. Someone should make it look great and get more people keen on it.
So did you do any racing, or you were more on the side of like being involved in the community?
So my Palmares is very impressive. I once won a C-grade summer cyclocross race.
That's amazing.
sick.
Yeah. And then I finished once fourth in the state uphill time trial championship. And that is the extent
Pound Road?
Pound Road, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yeah, I was
the
gonna
one
say.
that was in the middle of winter. It was about 5 degrees.
Ew.
I did not do that. I went to the
Extremely
top.
wet.
Went, hey, here you going?
Yeah. So that's the extent of my racing.
Wow.
That's it.
However,
What?
like Kodak Moment and I have known each other for probably 10 years now.
Yeah,
at least.
yeah.
At least,
Really?
Ages.
And so we had a mutual friend, and I was looking at this person that my friend was riding with, and I'm like, you need to introduce me to this guy, because he might not have raced on the track, but he was destroying everyone's comms left, right, and centre just for.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, yeah, it was great. And we're just like, who is this guy? Show me. I want to know more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Back in the good old days.
Yeah,
Do you
so-
hold any comms at the moment that this bloke hasn't tried
Yep.
to steal?
Yeah, he's got a few.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Amazing.
There's a few, they're kind of like, my sweet spot was really steep hills, sort of up to around 8 minutes.
Wow.
Some of them have lived on, but it was kind of like, it was a moment in time, because it was, when I was doing that, it was a little bit before really fast people started using Strava regularly, like back when Strava was kind of amateur. Now it's, really popular
Savage.
with everyone. And you've got these like, teenagers who are just have monster watts. They've been training with a power meter since they were like 14 years old.
They actually came out with a pound.
With a power meter.
Exactly. So Strava, it's a little, I still have a few that are hanging in there. But
What's your proudest one? Like what's
my proudest
com?
came out that I still have, or that I
Any?
Oh,
I think
getting all the stuff.
I've kind of like owned a lot of the really steep ones. Like I had Coach House and Woodlands,
That's a good one.
Coach Road, Cherryville. I think I might still have Sheoak.
Did you get Mount
the
Osmond?
continuous one. Mount Osmond. I had the freeway side of Mount Osmond.
Because you did a rapid one the other way, didn't you? Like you did like a 430 watt or something like that up there. That was
something like so. The other side of the
Beaumont
good
side,
the
yeah.
Beaumont side.
Yeah.
That's probably my like proudest effort. Even though it wasn't
I'm proud of
KOM.
you for that.
Thank you.
Like when I
Yeah,
saw
the
that,
Beaumont side one.
No, I didn't have it, but like the 8-minute effort I did on that, or 7.5 minute, whatever it was. That's like my peak of power.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna. I don't know if
I'm
ever
pretty
gonna be
sure
able to
that
touch
the
again.
Strava title was proper watts. I reckon, or something along
Something along those lines.
They are all horrible. I think one day, Frankie, you should do the Dirty Dozen.
Yes.
Oh man,
You should do that.
I'm sorry, you're saying do 12 climbs in
No,
one day?
it's way more than 12.
It's way more than 12.
it's like 13 to 15 depending on how you categorize them. It's exclusively the most difficult.
And you have to do do them like one after the other.
Yeah.
And how long
Over
will that
about
take you?
150 Ks.
So I can't even do that on a flat surface, so not going to happen.
Sure, it's a good time. I've done it once.
Yeah.
Oh, no, thank you.
We should all do it together.
No.
I didn't even know it was on this year.
Is it? Has it
Oh,
already
it's an
happened?
actual
been on.
event.
Yeah, it happens
Yeah,
every
it
year.
usually happens early September.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Well,
last
weekend.
They didn't
We
do
used to do all
much
sorts of crazy stuff. They had the Fiore, remember that? The 5 ways to Mount Lofty.
Yes,
We had the Fluoro 300 we
Fluoro
did.
300.
There's a segment I've got picked out, which is at the moment, which is
Yeah,
six way or Norton 6 ways.
Oh, yeah, I call it the Norton Three Ways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Euro, Coach House, and normal.
Yeah, this one's
Yep.
a six.
That's a
six
fun
way.
classic,
out there.
that one. I
Wow.
like that.
All right. Well, as your handle name suggests, Kodak Moment, Photo
Yeah.
Man. So we see you all the time, everywhere.
Yeah.
And I have just found out that you've got a 9 to 5. So I'm
Yes.
assuming that this is actually volunteering that you're doing, and you're relying on donations.
So like the events that I do now. So like I'm paid by like Super Series or Oz Cycling SA to shoot the Super Series.
So they
Yeah.
should, yes.
Yeah, but it's kind of a like the reality of there's not enough money in local bike racing for like a professional rate of photography. So there's
You've
So
been
like the
speaking
crits
to
and
Norwood.
stuff, you are volunteering for
There
that.
is a Heffron.
Yeah.
kind of
To
like
an
a
L, yeah.
volunteer. I get kind of like a volunteer, like kind of
There
like
is a
a
Heffron.
corner
Yeah.
standing person.
Yeah.
Like the
Marshalling.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
This
and-
guy over here.
Marshall Matters.
Yeah,
Marshall
yeah,
Matters.
It's been great to see you down in that corner.
Love that corner.
Someone
It's
yelled it out to
They're
me
going to have to
the other day
rename it.
in the race.
All the action happens on that
Yeah,
corner.
I know.
Oh, that's
They're
hilarious.
gonna
You
crash
get to
there
hang out
Tuesday night.
with Viv, the
Oh.
medic.
First aid lady. My
Viv,
gosh.
my God,
That is hilarious.
chews my ear off every week.
Oh, she's great.
She's a classic.
You
Viv's
gave her
great.
your number yet or what?
No, she's probably got it.
So that leads
From the
into my next
walkie-talkie.
question. How much do you think the cycling community in Adelaide actually relies on volunteers to actually function?
Oh, incredibly.
Probably 100%.
Oh, I reckon.
I sort of.
No, I'm not. Nah.
I would say local cycling in Adelaide is like it's like a half-played game of Jenga, right? There's a few really key pieces that hold it all up.
Right.
And every club has one or two of these pieces who are just absolutely critical and they work crazy hard. And it's because of them that it all happens.
Yeah.
But like you take them away and
it's just
there is a
later.
genuine risk that some of it just stops.
Yeah.
And so it's super important because it's hard to bring on the next generation of volunteers.
Yes.
Because it's usually the older generations have the time.
They had Bronte and
Spent.
everyone for so long.
I remember Bronte.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
amazing. She would do all the Norwood stuff for years and years and years.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure she came on the boat with Captain Cook. Like,
She did.
but
She was
she
lovely,
honestly, amazing soul. But like
Yeah.
to get that next
Generation.
yeah, it was. I think it was pretty hard.
Yeah,
So
it is.
Do you think we need more volunteers,
Oh,
or is it?
absolutely,
And
yeah.
where do you think the gaps are that you can see where they need more support?
I think it's people who are willing to do the core components that make the races happen.
So organising where they are.
Yeah, organising. Being a commissar, like sort of being the person who's responsible for the race. A lot of it's just paperwork, and it's not sexy. It's literally just like making sure you're allowed to run the race and having the right permits, and it's very wearing on the few people who do that constantly.
Yeah.
So usually, like you see people sort of come and go a bit as they kind of burn out.
Do you think that we potentially might need to start finding ways to, maybe compensate people more in order to fill those gaps, or do you think it's just like there's no?
They already do.
Yeah, but volunteers.
Volunteering.
They're getting paid.
Okay, all right.
I think a lot of it depends on the financial health of the organisation
Yeah.
who they're doing it for, because some clubs do have they're comfortable monetarily, some are not.
Yeah.
So it really sort of depends, and I think as well it's walking that line of, maybe a volunteer stipend or something that's kind of enough to get them there, and then the rest is sort of filled up by passion and love. That's kind of like hitting that sweet spot of like because that's really how it happens is, a little bit of money, but a lot of passion.
Yeah, that's fair. So what is it about then cycling for you that makes you want to keep like showing up to events and taking photographs?
What I love about photography is it's infinite. You're never finished. You know, there's never, perfection is unachievable, and every day is a challenge. Every race is a challenge. Trying to find a way to improve on what you've done before. And, it kind of keeps, it just never gets boring for me. I say never gets boring. Look, late February when I've shot like 20 Tuesday night crits at Vic Park.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It does drag a little bit at that end of the season.
Yeah.
Bro, it drags on everyone. No, but for you, like that is really that, because those local club ones, you're not paid by Super Series or any of those events where like that is purely, but I'm pretty sure you're the only volunteer there, and people they do expect it.
They expect to see their photos.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
But yes, I can see how that would be very draining.
Well, actually, that's a good segue to the next question. Like, how do you know how to get a good photo? Like, what kind of opportunities are you actually looking for on the track?
Before you answer that, is this a good photo?
Is this a good photo?
Yeah.
That is a great photo.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it is
See,
not. Keep your hands on the bars.
He's on my side.
Or is that people giving a thumbs up to?
That's Frankie giving a thumbs up.
Yeah. People hamming it up from the camera.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry.
No, you go. I was just thinking you were going like this. I'm like, ooh, that's a good segue to like a good or bad Zinger Burger, good or bad.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna be vulnerable here.
No, good. Get
I'm
in
a
there.
vegetarian.
Okay.
I've never eaten a Zinger Burger.
That's fine.
okay.
No,
Thank God. You're not
with
missing
that.
out.
Thank you.
I think Zinger Burgers are shit.
I'm glad
look,
this is a
they're
safe
heart
space.
attack.
I was a vegetarian
Yeah.
after eating a Zinger Burger.
Yeah.
I've been veg, like I've tinkered with diet and everything like that.
I remember speaking to you
heaps.
about that. Yeah.
You just got to be conscious about what you eat. But
Yeah.
Zinger Burgers,
Bum, bum.
If Two Bit Villains ever does like a Zinger-esque burger, I'll be there. Yeah.
what if
Shout out
KFC
to
would
Two
actually do one? Plant-based Zinger.
Oh, there's
Hungry Jack's did
there's a
one.
place called C&B Burgers on the parade that does like vegan chicken. That's actually really good.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Like,
So there you go. C&B Zinger.
I'm sure
good or
they'll
bad.
do
Yeah.
one at some
amazing.
stage. There's a marker there for him.
Yeah. So you,
I'll get on to him.
asking
I'll get the
So-
code.
what makes a perfect photo?
Yeah,
Is
so
that
like,
sort of-
what makes a perfect photo? Like, how do you get one, and what kind of opportunities are you looking for?
So I think what I've learned over time is that story is what really matters.
Story. Okay.
Yeah, and it's when you first start with photography and as you sort of develop, your big challenges are in focus and exposed. And you kind of go, all right, I've kind of nailed getting a person on a bike in focus, exposed, looks fine.
Sorry, exposed as in like.
So like the light is...
Oh,
sort of,
okay.
I mean,
Good
we're
to
in
know.
life,
Not your
so,
bra off. Type exposed.
Frankie's just writing notes.
Nothing
Leave bra
sus.
on.
leave bra on road.
Yeah, leave
Do a
bra on
flash.
road.
But the next challenge is like putting them in place, and that was something that like I've really focused on, at places like the Moon to Crit. You've got this beautiful town, like gorgeous buildings, you've got churches.
the church and stuff.
I did a few, the sort of tight portraits of a person on a bike, but that doesn't float people's boats.
Doesn't paint this picture or give
mean,
a story.
Exactly. Does it paint a picture of a person in a place doing a thing? And that's, I think, when you sort of start to notice that you're looking beyond just the person on the bike or the people on the bike and how they're interacting and moving through the world. That's when you're starting. Those are the photos of people who don't like bikes. Those ones they look at and go, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Because it's a full sort of frame. It's a full story.
Yeah, but they're not just looking at, this bloke's at the front.
Good calves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking lean.
I'll go for a calf. I know you have I've taken some calf shots of you that
Some
look
calf shots from you.
Yeah. The Tuesday night at Vic Park. What's the corner that you stand on?
The northern corner.
Northern corner.
Yeah.
So the exit of the northern corner, the direction of the sunset
From the inside of the track.
perfectly
Yeah.
illuminates the
For
calf.
one said Alex Carver.
Yeah. So I've got some ripper calves of you.
Yeah.
There's a-
Exquisite calves.
I don't know I can't remember everyone's
Frankie's
nickname,
got
but
good calves.
I do. That you can hear them move.
You made it
That
funny.
was well done. Well done.
Fuck this depression. Anyway,
so
sorry.
that's where a good calf shot comes from. Tuesday night at Vic Park. You have good calves? I'll find them.
Do you want to see
You have
mine?
good
Can I
calves.
expose myself to you?
Overexposed.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Do you like that?
Are
Yeah.
you racing Tuesday?
Do you know
You
what?
are now.
I will.
Yeah.
All right.
I will.
There you go.
Just
Thursday.
for
What
you.
grade are you in?
B.
No,
Women, no,
that's
sorry.
Thursday.
You should start doing
I think it'll
Thursdays.
be D.
D grade for the
grade.
combined.
Yeah, do D grade's fine.
Yeah.
What time are they in D grades in the second bracket of time, right?
No, they're
have
the
no
first,
idea.
aren't they?
Yeah, D's and C's?
Yeah, they're
Oh, yeah,
D's.
no,
D's,
D.
D's and B's.
So I
D's
think
and
I'm
B's,
in the
apologies.
6 p.m.
D's and
All
one.
right.
A's
That will
and
be
C's.
the only
Yes.
thing I try and shoot
Just-
this coming Tuesday.
Amazing.
You just hear this.
All right.
You should come out to the Thursday.
On the way up the
If
street.
you don't do that now, you just see see Kodak moment and you're like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna like actual like tense just for you.
If you're out of the saddle sprinting,
Yeah,
you
if
don't
you're
need
right,
to.
Mate, you don't
Okay.
even...
Yeah,
Which
if you're
will be
under
at that
power.
corner.
You should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
700 watts, 30 seconds.
Next question: does your photography extend to outside of the cycling community?
That's a very personal question, Frankie.
I feel very exposed.
Do you know? Actually, this is a massive segue
Yeah.
know
to
where that
speak
was
like
going, eh?
insinuating nudes. I actually had someone who
We're not insinuating nudes.
Why did you go
you
straight
weren't?
there?
No.
I wasn't going there.
Where did you get...
It's talking about
I
architecture.
can't read the
and
room.
stuff.
Well, anyway,
Yeah.
I'm on this track, so I'm so confused. But anyway, nudes, right? I actually had someone who saw me at a triathlon once. They ended up stalking me on social media, and they started messaging people who they thought like had a vendetta against me, asking to like buy explicit photos of me off them, which was fucked.
How much
Anyway.
did we get?
Nothing.
Oh, we need some
Anyway,
equipment.
exposed. So, sorry, what was the question? Does your photography
Was that a statement or a
Tangent.
question?
No, does your photography extend to outside of the cycling community?
Yes,
Okay.
it does.
Do you follow him on Instagram?
Yeah.
Do you listen?
Do you see some of the stuff he
You know,
does?
some people might listen to this who have no idea who we're talking to.
That's right.
So I can ask whatever I want.
I've just recently started shooting ultra running events.
Yeah,
which has been
how?
fun.
And what? Like,
Someone said, "Hey, we need photographers,"
And you're just
I
like,
sent in
"Cool."
my portfolio website, and the organizer said yes.
They're,
I'd
a
assume
they're a good
that
bunch of
the-
peeps.
Yeah.
And
Have you-
also the deep dark story that an ultramarathon's face will tell 100 miles in.
Oh, I shot. You know, Super Series Round 1. So Vic Park a few weeks ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
There
was out in the back.
there was a front yard ultra happening. Just
We
in
were
Front
talking
yard?
about
What does
one
that
of the
mean?
ladies in there. She was going to come on the pod.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is one of the most insane things I've
Yeah.
ever seen.
so what? So what was
So
the
you run a
song?
lap
Front
every
yard
hour.
ultra.
Yeah. So
That one.
6.7K lap.
Yeah.
You have to start
We-
and finish a lap
we
within
spoke
every
about
hour.
this, Frankie.
Wow.
And it's last
I was about
person
to say that.
standing.
Oh, so you keep going and going and going.
The race is
Wow.
as long as
Remember-
there are
It was
two people.
on the podcast,
We
Frankie.
spoke about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
She did almost 300 kilometers.
240
I'm not all
Ks or
here,
something.
guys. Gee, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it's coming back to
It's
me now.
wild. Yeah. Absolutely wild.
It lends itself to very strange photos as well
Mm.
because these people are shuffling.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
It's not the kind
The
of
old
like
Cliffy Young
beautiful
shuffle.
floating shot of like them in the air. Or it is actually lap 1. Everyone looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Like,
30 hours later.
yeah.
Oh.
I was there. Like I got someone finishing their 30th lap, which is
Wild.
30 laps.
200 Ks.
Yeah.
And this was the point where like his knees had given up, and he just like burst into tears
Yeah.
and was.
I
Like,
love
"This
that
is
stuff,
it."
like the
It's so
Barclay
emotional.
marathons
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yes.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing.
So next weekend I'm doing the Heisen 105 Ultra.
105
Next weekend.
mean-
Yeah,
He's not coming to the launch party.
I know. I'm sorry.
Bum, bum.
So sad. Well,
No, I was just... No,
No,
because
you can't go to the
Are
Heisen
you
one.
cancelling on the launch party now?
No, I
Jack?
wouldn't
You're
do it.
like,
But
yeah, go on.
if they didn't have... No, because I've done a halfer before, but I wonder if they've got like a 10 or a
Yeah, they have a
20
13K. Is the
and a
shortest.
26?
I can't remember what.
I'll have a look.
They've definitely got they've got like a 70, a 50, 13. I don't know.
13 sounds good.
50.
Yeah,
50.
But
Yeah.
it's
Then
beautiful
come straight
because
here.
the last bit goes around like the bluffs of
Yeah, down there.
down to Victor,
Yeah,
and it's
Deep
kind
Creek
of you
and
start
stuff.
late in the afternoon, so it's
Yeah.
like sunset.
that's cute.
Beautiful
that's
down
where I'm
there.
going to be
You ever
looking
walked
for
it?
photos.
Nice.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Delightful.
Yeah. Well, you've obviously taken like a lot of photos then. Have you got like
Many.
a favorite that you've ever taken? Like both cycling,
Ooh.
non-cycling. Like we can talk about bugs if you want.
No, I
I didn't know where that was going. I was like, bugs.
I mean-
okay, good.
all the photos of my beautiful dog. Obviously, they're
its
right
name?
up there. Aggie,
Oh.
Is that your dog's silhouette as your logo?
kind of.
I like that.
Yeah.
Same, but different?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's where the inspiration come from.
I don't know. I think I'm really happy with what I did at the Tour Down Under this year. I think particularly the pre-race the time trial, the stage 1 time trial in the city, where it was raining. And I was like, this is terrible. There's no sunset. There's no light. And I was really happy with, I think I got a photo of George Bennett under the bridge.
Tunnel?
Yeah. With
That's where we were standing.
the light kind of pulsing.
I'm glad
and
you
it was
only got photos.
this perfect moment where you could see through. He had a clear visor, so it's like these coincidences that all came together to get a photo. And I was
love
like,
that.
I'm so happy.
Oh my!
That one stands out. But I think like generally I take so many that they kind of just
Yeah, that's
Anything
totally
with
fair.
Keystone in it.
anything with Keystone in it. And that
Please.
one of Alex's calves. Is that your Strava profile photo still?
Probably.
It pops up in every
So
chat
if
group
you're
you've had.
curious what we're talking about,
Yeah,
find
me
Alex on Strava.
I don't post anything.
Yeah.
It's on his,
don't
it's on his
need to
Twitter
know.
profile.
For those photography nerds, like, what's your current setup? I mean, like, what dictates what equipment you use as well?
Current setup. So
Did you just shit yourself?
No. I wonder where she was going. She was like, what dictates that?
Look at them.
Cycling. One of the things that's sort of interesting about cycling photography is it's very, very difficult to take good photos of cyclists because you've got a lot of movement, a lot of color, a lot of light. You've also got a lot of faces
long time ago.
near the plane of focus.
A lot of faces.
Yeah, so that is kind of like nightmares for cameras because they kind of look, they can kind of recognize faces and kind of look for them. But if you've got 15 faces very close to each other, it's really challenging. So for the photography nerds, I have a Canon R3 and a Canon R6, and I usually run
Savello.
a similar naming convention, and your classic 24-70 2.8, a 70-200 2.8, and I've just started using an ultra wide just when I'm feeling spicy.
I have a weird question for you. So you say that the camera. This is going to sound so
Another
dumb.
one.
This has come to me from the universe.
Ultra wide.
So
Looking forward to it.
you're saying that it faces like a struggle. You struggle to focus in on faces that are moving.
If there's a lot of them.
So what if, like, theoretically, they were like a bunch of trees that were moving? Would it have the same problem, or is it just
A bunch
faces?
of trees that
Tree doesn't have a
if they're
face.
like the trees are like, yeah, I'm on the bike.
I don't, having not been faced with that real world thing.
Have you been watching Lord of the Rings or something?
Yeah.
Like,
No, those Ents had faces.
No, but I'm talking about, like, if it's struggling to pick up a face, like there's a lot going on. Like, are you only talking about it's going to struggle with only faces, or is it it's the fact that
Only
it's
fans,
moving?
the fact there's multiple faces.
So what if there was multiple trees?
Trees
You don't
typically
have
not
to
known
answer
for their rapid movements.
if it hurts your brain too much, it's fine.
I would just say,
One.
I reckon I could make it work.
Okay, that's a good
another beer?
answer.
I'd love another, but I also have a technical question.
go on.
It's on behalf of Wang, because he's going on a new business venture and he's only got enough money for one camera.
Yeah.
But he needs to use it in both a taxi and a couch. So what?
A taxi and a couch.
Yeah.
I'm so
Okay.
confused.
Don't look at me, look at him. He's the one with the question.
Are you leading me down unsavory paths?
Seems like a bit of a casting
okay.
couch to me.
Oh my god! All right,
Matthew.
well, I'm gonna jump straight to my next question. So what is your favourite race of the year to be a part of, and why?
I actually think the favourite one of the
Docker.
year, Tour Down Under, because that is just big. And it's much, you get opportunities that you don't get any other time of year in terms
It's
of
such a good vibe.
Yeah. A lot of
feel the rush.
cyclists, closed roads. We get a media van that carries us around, which is great.
So you're
Love
not
that.
doing like 16-kilometre like walks everywhere.
No. I've got a
be doing
media
some
van.
miles
who
up
I'm
and down the key points on the race.
Somewhat. Depends how close we can get to where we actually want to shoot. But in terms of local racing, I really enjoy the mountain biking stuff. There's some really, because it's just like a beautiful place. You're
More stories.
Yeah. You're in beautiful mountain bike parks.
Lots of moving trees.
I think
There is lots of moving trees.
so many moving trees. My camera nails it though.
You're never going to let that go, are you? This is going on a public platform too.
If I can
Well,
get
it's a
your
podcast.
calf in the sunset light with a tree, in the background, then that is just the full story.
I love
The
that.
best frame of it. Move over George Bennett. Best photo ever.
Okay.
I actually really enjoy some of the Super Series
in
rounds.
the background.
Oh, look at that calf.
Sorry.
I like that he's got that photo just at the
on the favourite.
at his fingertips.
hand, yeah.
There's some better ones. There's some better ones.
I think Super Series has some really fantastic courses.
Which ones?
The road race, the Wallaroo Kadena road race from last week.
The road race.
That was chaos. I enjoyed that.
Chaos, all right.
Oh, so much chaos. Moon to Crit's beautiful. Looking forward to Freeway Kermesse.
Yes.
I know that's not one that's happened before, but yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Amazing.
Well, speaking of climbs and stuff, we are obviously Norton Summit podcast. So can you tell us what your Norton PB is?
1309.
Jesus.
Rapid.
1309.
That's faster than you, isn't it?
Way faster
Not bad.
than me.
That's amazing.
I'm quite proud of it as well because it's a solo effort. That was
Ain't no
Just
super.
None of this
Just
pacing supers
on
business.
a specialized alley with shallow
yours?
aluminium rims.
Is it
There's
Shimals?
nothing
Oh my
impressive
God.
or is
I
purely
mean,
just
that paint job is pretty impressive.
the paint job. Yeah, is pretty impressive. But
Amazing.
I remember that it was Melbourne Cup Day actually, and I was
Wow.
like, because for a while I was obsessed with a sub 13 and I was like trying. So I've got like a few that are kind of 1310 to 1320, but I just couldn't crack
But
it.
you just couldn't crack it.
Couldn't do it.
Oh, maybe one day.
Yeah, maybe. I'd have to devote. You have to devote a lot of time to being
You do.
quick in that way.
Like this
So
bloke.
exactly.
Yeah. So before the podcast, I actually decided to Google your name and see what it come up with.
Oh no.
And I actually found that you had written a article about Norton Summit back in 2016. I don't know if you
Holy
remember
moly.
that. Yeah.
What did I say about
it? Was you talking about like the climbing and you're describing what it would be like for the pros to go up there back in 2016.
Oh, okay. I
yeah, you remember? Yeah, you remember?
Yes.
Tour down.
So that's when that.
Yeah.
Something like that. So that's when the com was set, right?
Yes.
So I was just
Thomas
wondering.
Begin?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Begin.
1107. Yep.
Correct.
So were you surprised to see that the com did not go for that this year at the TDU?
They didn't have the opportunity, did they?
I wasn't
on the wrong
because Thomas was very. He planned to do it. It takes
Correct.
like someone who's like cares enough to go after it, and he absolutely cares.
Right.
So, I think a year or two after he did it, Phil Gaiman came to town.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was 11,
And
13
I
something.
found Thomas on the start line of the stage, and I was like, "Thomas, Phil went for Norton Summit," and he
Yeah.
kind of leaned in. He's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "He didn't do it." And he's like, "Oh yes!" he celebrated. Like he's about to start
wow.
a tour down under stage,
And he was concerned about his comm.
keen. He's
Wait,
like,
some of the KOMs in like Spain around like the classic training loops around like Girona and all that. Pros give a fuck.
"Oh yeah, yeah."
Really? They just
hard,
checked
eh?
it
Yeah.
at KOMs.
He
Wow.
even said he's like, "I could do it faster."
Wow.
I don't know that he could.
I was like, "Man,
You don't think he could?
you
Why
don't
not?
think so?"
No, I don't reckon you can go too. I don't think it's possible to go too much quicker than that.
Oh,
That's
scooter will.
rapid.
On a scooter, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, what about? What about quicker conditions? Do you think?
Don't
you
know what the conditions were on that
Did he
day,
not
but
go most of the way in the bunch and jump out?
No,
Or
he attacked
He's-
really
okay.
early.
He started behind the bunch in the
And then
segment
got
and then surfed the bunch.
Yeah, right.
Ooh,
So what if you
classic.
get a
I like
whole
that.
bunch that was trying to go up there
You
as
need
quickly as
everyone to be
possible?
going 35 k's an hour.
It's actually, I actually reckon it's
Illegal.
more beneficial to do it solo.
Really? Interesting. Why is
Okay.
that?
Yeah,
Why?
just
Just
Yeah.
because you're working off your own body and you're not going to be
Yeah.
fatigued by someone else feeling better and then you're trying to chase them and all that
and
kind
you're
of
not
stuff.
going from that recovering on the wheel at say 300 watts to then re-accelerating to 400.
Yeah.
So
Who's
it's
recovering at
more-
300 watts?
I love it. I love a good carrot up Norton Summit.
It's more constant
Yeah.
of an effort.
Yeah. fair
Agreed.
enough.
I can't hold the Wang's wheel for very long.
But he can hold you.
Yeah, lift me up.
Well done. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was-
Takes
Alright,
two
well-
hands.
That's all. Have you guys got any questions for Kodak Moment here?
No, I don't think so. Just I think a secret to a good pick of us is to be dropped off the back.
Yeah.
You seem to get a lot of photos, Frankie.
I do
played.
say this to people. I'm like, off the front and off the back look
Off the front,
roughly
off
the
back, yeah.
same.
If you're in a
Yeah.
bunch, you're not going to get a pick.
I was the road race, gravel race
Yeah.
at Waller the other day. I know that I came out of the dust with two of the sassy riders and I saw you there. I was like, I hope that turns out because the car had just passed us.
Oh,
And I was like, I wonder if he got that.
Were you in that?
Yeah,
I
it was
think
me and a couple of
I think I
sassy
did
guys
get
and it would
that.
have just been
got
this
a
like,
pick of that one.
It's just a wall of
yeah, I know. It was
Yeah.
horrid.
Was it the Land Cruiser?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't speak about that car.
That car like went between me and the bunch. Like there was 40 meters gap.
At the end?
Yeah.
there was literally 100 meters between the winning the bunch and when I was cramping, and they slid in between. I'm like, come on, bro.
There wasn't even that when they came
That
around.
was savage. I was trying, but I was cramping.
Anywho,
I think if we do that course again next year,
We're not doing that course
they'll be like no more.
I'll put money on it now. They'll do that course next year.
just because it caused absolute chaos.
Just because it's easy.
Well, actually, there was only one lady that was inferred by it.
Inferred?
What does
I don't
inferred
know.
mean? Like
Just probably made up a word, to be honest.
No, I think that is a word.
like on fire?
Something opposite to
so it was
transferred or...
like from Oz Cycling's point of view, it was a safe course. There was 2 crashes for the day, maybe.
Just broken
Probably.
bones.
So
It was a hip, wasn't
So what
Yeah,
did you...
shout out to Holly.
Yeah.
Heal up. Healing
Pink
vibe.
Ruby
Flamingo.
Yeah. What did you think about the
Ruby Red.
course?
Oh, same.
What did I think about
Yeah.
it? I mean, it was kind of fun for photos.
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing. Like, people, if you ever see like photographers get really excited, like, it's bad news for everyone in the race. Like, if you see multiple photographers on the same corner, like, be afraid.
Yeah.
We're not
Yeah,
there for
'cause
no
they're
reason.
expectant.
Like,
Wow.
particularly mountain bike races, if you see one feature with like 5 photographers on it, it's
People
because
going
they're expecting
down.
crashes.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
It was, but I enjoyed. I liked the course.
Yeah.
I think as well, like, people will learn if it is run again. People will learn. They'll show up probably with a few different equipment choices,
Not
maybe
the
see
CX
things a little bit
bike, yeah.
differently, and maybe figure it out.
Good
Yeah.
segue, though. How did you go?
Me, okay. So the first one, the gravel race.
gravel
What do
race.
you want to call it? I purposely dropped myself in 5 seconds because I didn't want to ride with the bunch because it was my first time ever on gravel. So
Yep.
I've never ridden on it before. So
Yep.
I was like, maybe I shouldn't race on it. And I was sliding everywhere. So the bike that I was riding was my Merida, which is a
Clunker.
something. Huh?
Gultura?
No, the one down from there. Reacto
Yeah.
5000.
Ooh.
Mechanical shifting, aluminium
That makes
wheels.
all the difference on
Yep.
gravel.
25 mil tyres.
Oof.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
big
that's
oof.
yeah. Didn't we go through this the week before?
Shut up, I don't listen to you.
Anyway.
So I was sliding everywhere. Corners were dangerous. So I did 2 laps and then pulled myself out.
Okay.
But it was actually really cute. There was someone from, what was the green team? What are
Everything
they?
bikes.
Everything
bike.
bike. So one of the guys that was on the track at the same time that I was, he ended up pulling his hamstring. And I just pulled up next to him and we just, rode around together and had a chat. And we actually tried to like put our helmets together for you.
I heard that. I was kind of not paying attention. I heard people laughing.
That
and I
was
was
me.
like, what? And then I looked up and you'd kind of just like pulled your helmets
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah, because we
And I was
saw
like,
you and
"That's
we were
weird."
like, do you know what would be a hilarious photo if we were like connected by the head?
Yeah.
Because it would just be super, super
I love
weird.
that you're like, you were nervous enough to drop
you can-
off your
yeah.
bike.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And you're like,
And
you know
make
what?
your hands
Let's
up.
have
We
a
asked
Riding
the
one
same thing. We asked the same thing.
You're riding one hand
Yeah.
with your arms
Yeah.
behind you.
You said you were sliding around, blah, 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 but you were with no one.
Yep.
You could have just done that in the bunch.
Yeah, well,
You could have done it at the front of the
no, but
front
I
of the
was
bunch.
too scared someone sliding in front of me and then having a crash or
No,
whatever.
that's fair.
So I just
You had
anyway.
company for a little while, didn't you, with vegan greens?
Non-vegan greens, yeah.
Wagyu
Just
greens.
amphetamines.
Just greens
Just
and
amphetamines.
amphetamines, yep.
So that was my race for the
greens.
gravel one. But then
And-
Moonta, my first time ever cycling that one.
Yep.
And I came second for the preem.
Great.
I was in the right position. That wasn't the plan, but I was instructed to be behind. I don't know if she's got a handle name, so I'll just say some Butterfield's lady. And yeah, right position. And I thought I'd give it a crack, and I lost the preem by half a wheel.
Oh.
So I look at him. He's already on the phone.
Fucking swiping right, yeah.
So I was really proud with that, but that just meant I ran out of steam, and so
Yep.
I just looped around. But I finished, but not
Great.
with the bunch. So I
Tough
was really
course, that
proud.
one. Tough
Yeah,
course.
I really like it though. I
love
really
that
like
course.
it. It suits my riding style perfectly.
Yeah.
Like sprint, recover, sprint,
A
recover.
lot of what you were
Yeah.
doing on Trainer Road or Zwift recently.
Yeah, 100%.
Big shout out to the Copper Coast Cup weekend.
Yeah.
Isn't it great?
It is amazing.
It's just so much fun.
Everyone loves it.
It's all good.
Yeah,
Good.
love
Apart from
it.
a couple of local residents that don't want us there.
Well, yeah. That's
Violent
a very
is the
weird
answer.
one. Did you guys hear what it was that sort of caused that?
Yes.
Yeah.
What? Can you put yourself in a little hole?
So
It was just a lot of like.
It was the Tick Error Council. So most of the race happens in the Copper Coast Council. One council up is the Tick Error Council, which only is a little bit like, the hot
Out
dog
and back,
turn.
yeah.
Yeah.
My understanding is that it's only just those roads. And the Tick Error Council goes, we had residents complaining, your race doesn't come here. You don't come to our towns. We don't want the race coming into our council area. So that kind of cut out a lot of the which is unfortunate because the Copper Coast Council is very supportive. They really,
of course they are.
love
Like, how much money do they make off us for the weekend?
Oh, especially in Moonta, everyone going to the cafes and
Oh,
stuff.
mate.
Hungry
Yeah.
cyclists.
Yeah.
Best
Right.
customer.
Airbnbs, everything
Yeah.
like that. The
Yeah.
ale house. The ale house.
Yeah, the pub on Saturday night.
The pub
mate.
on Friday night, even.
Yes.
There was another team in there going ham.
Yeah, we did see a certain
Same team
mechanic
was on
there.
Saturday night as well.
That's
Apparently, there was
hilarious.
some
Good
shots consumed on the Saturday.
Wow, the night before that particular,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a tough race to roll up hungover for.
That's hilarious. Wow.
Funny.
How about you guys?
Well, we all raced in the same races, all being in my first year in elites with these yahoos.
Yep. And how'd you go?
I lasted 3 laps on
This is on the
gravel
gravel?
race.
Yep.
Because said Land Cruiser went between me. It was only 40 metres, and I was holding that gap. And I thought, I'll get back on in the corner because we were slowing right down at the corners. Land Cruiser, dust. And and then like every so often a rider, we like, and then I was like, I just can't see anymore.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to finish the race. I'll tell you that right now, but I was
Yeah.
hoping to get back on for a lap or two.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Good on you for sticking it out.
Oh, it was like all
that's-
down the back straight. Like, I'll get him.
Yeah.
Like,
It
So, yeah,
honestly felt
that-
like, when you were going on it, it just felt like you were sitting on a vibrator the whole time.
well, I ran 32 road tyres at 40 psi and
Jesus!
Tubeless?
Yep. No, so
Gee.
tubes on the other wheels.
Wow.
And I was watching everyone in front do that, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, here I go." No, I was
Yeah.
good. It was just the occasional crossover the whole
Crossover,
road to
mate.
get.
Mm-hmm.
That
There
was
was
a bit
so
sketch.
many crossovers.
Yeah. But other than that, like in terms of being able to control the bike, I was happy.
Oh, love it.
I was really happy. Yeah.
So would
on
you
you.
want to ride that again?
Yeah, I'd ride that again.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wang.
I prefer the other course, but I'd ride that again.
Yeah. We'll just go through the gravel race at the moment.
Yes, boss.
How did you find it?
Look, I didn't have an issue with the course. Look, they got to, it's better to have a race than no race at all.
That's true.
My day lasted 6.6k, but that's racing. That's the first time I've punched it in 5 years.
Wow.
Up at Wallaroo, so I can't complain about that. It is what it is. So I went for a training ride with Hixie after that to
Yeah.
get in some Ks, and then come back and watch the finish.
Cute.
Nice.
Just didn't want to stand still too long there because of the fucking flyers.
Oh,
Yeah.
they were
Oh,
horrid.
they were
You
savage.
had them everywhere.
Fucking out of control.
No, my stylish Legionnaire's hat actually
was
kept
good.
me
Oh,
a
that's
bit.
good.
I
Yeah.
did all right. Yeah.
Is that the one with the balls?
No, that's the cork hat.
Nope.
That's the one-
No,
It
that's
is. It's a
that's
flap
a-
on the back, doesn't
that's
it?
a
It's the one with the neck
Neck.
covering
Yeah.
flap.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
And I
I'm,
can
Sort of like what a
connect it at the
beekeeper wears.
I'm just picturing like you with the
Not a cork.
Balls.
A corked hat. That's what they are.
What about
Okay.
you, Sneen? You got through.
You did get
I
through.
actually did all right.
Yeah.
I didn't beat my fifth, which I've got before, but it would have been nice. But was in the winning bunch. I did only have one, not regret, but when Connor went, I should have gone. Like there was this yeah. And
Big
then
fan.
Nick,
In that
Nick-
moment, was it like he's not going to stay away, or was it just a quick second
gut,
guess?
No, it was a gut feeling I should
Okay,
have gone.
okay.
And usually my gut's pretty good with that stuff.
Mhm. That's all the organic air fried steak.
Yes. it
Good
is.
callback.
The
Very nice.
steak, thank you. Yeah, I've always done well in that course. I did not change a single thing on my setup. Rode 28mm tyres with latex tubes and stayed in the top 10 wheels the whole time and just made sure that my line choice, I think just all years of racing cyclocross, it just helps. It takes a lot more energy, but you're always scanning. You're scanning up the road, you're scanning down where you're going. So you miss those, do miss those big rocks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't
that's
really-
the key.
Yeah, who would have thought? Look at
I
where you're
didn't-
going.
I didn't change a thing, and like the swerves over on that back,
Back straight.
the back straight,
Yeah.
like we were attacking each other.
That's horrible.
It was wild. It was wild.
That was good. And then I cramped on the last dirt section of the last lap because I was hoping that I could almost wrangle a podium because I was like, oh yeah, my sprint's all right, but then cramped. It was a sad
Big
day.
sad.
But
What
it was
about
good.
Moonta?
So I got 12th in the end. So yeah,
For the 12th for the gravel?
yeah.
All
How
right.
many was there? 16 finishes out of what?
Out of
40 odd?
40, yeah.
60 and 24, I think it was.
Huh?
Yeah.
60 to 24.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Moonta.
Moonta.
I fucking love that course.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh,
And even
okay.
in elites, when I don't think we could have gone any fucking faster.
Okay.
And what was the average speed for that?
Just under 46. Our race was fucking
Also,
fast.
the first Moonta I've ever seen that stayed together. usually
Not through lack of trying.
Oh, the whole first 40 minutes was just
machine
there was
gun.
three times the whole race I reckon we were bunched.
Yeah,
The rest was just-
it was straight line the whole time.
But it was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
The worst part of that was I had to race as an individual in Port Adelaide cycling kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed
The
that.
chamois is about 4 inches thick, so I thought my saddle was too high.
That's so fucked. I'm sorry.
And you know when you get that in your head?
Yeah.
It's like, but no, it was awesome. We had a real schmoy up the road with a couple of others just quickly towards the end, and then a bunch started to go across, so I sort of bridged and sat up deliberately, but that burnt so many bickies, and within the next lap I was off the back.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Why do
so-
you like the course so much?
I love that on-off racing.
Yeah.
I love that Unley East End.
Yeah.
That's my jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wang.
Wow.
Similar. Yeah. I think I finished 12th, 13th maybe in the bunch. We had Raf up there.
He
got second.
Yeah, he has a
Second?
mean
Yeah.
sprint, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he
has
does.
A long sprint.
yeah.
It's like not that real. Sorry.
Yeah,
It's
more
not
of a
that
long-
like peak straight away, but it's just like a fucking diesel. It's
We
great.
had Real Chamois run for 4th. So, but yeah, it was just a super hard race.
I need to get through 20 minutes of a race before I'm settled in the brain, and then I'll start working my way back through the bunch. And so there's a couple of times where I was like, I'll just sit on Wang's wheel. And so we go around the corner onto the front straight, and Wang would ride up 15 spots.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is
what you do.
an attack. Every lap though, he would do it 500 watts. And I'm like, I can't even hold on.
I love it.
Making up
He
spots.
just got so much power on tap.
I became airborne at the bottom corner. Yeah,
Did you see
on the
us
spoon
go to the
drain.
spoon drain?
Coming out for the sprint, I became airborne. I was almost fishtailed, but then my fat ass made sure I stayed firmly on the ground.
You had correct weight
Well,
distribution.
there's that good
did.
photo of
Oh, there where Luke's got
Queen
his non-rigid
Laquifa.
chain.
Laquifa, on
Yeah.
the massive chain slap on
Yeah.
the on that bottom
Yeah,
corner.
Is this
started
normal?
taking photos of how close the pedals were getting through that spoon drain.
Whoa.
Yeah, I reckon there's a good one with Aaron.
Yeah.
How close his pedal is. to
Aaron.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Kashi?
Good. It was. I had some bad. I had bad juju with that course.
Why?
2 years ago, wasn't it?
I got ran over last year.
Wait,
and
what, by a bike or by a
by a
squirrel
bike
or
and
something?
person.
Okay.
I had a scar there as well. And then the year before that,
Crashed.
I remember that.
Benno crashed quite bad in front of me, and I kind of
Hit the witch's hat.
it was
Yeah.
pretty bad. So I had bad juju going into it, but it was actually a really good race. We were pretty the whole team was pretty damn active that whole time. There was a couple of moves where I was like, okay, we've got away. It was like Nick and myself and a couple other guys, but there was a gap there. I'm like, okay, this is it. We're done. Everyone's here.
Oh,
Let's go.
Yeah, we're all represented, and
Yep.
then zip.
Yeah, and I'm like, why would someone do that? Anyway,
I'm
And
like,
then
just
by
let
the-
them go.
and then I think I was behind Wang with about I don't know, maybe 5. It was 5 minutes to
minutes or
go or
something,
something. I was just like, nah, I want to end this on a really nice note. I know that I would have got quite excited, and I felt good. And I was like, I'll try and get up for a sprint. I was like, no, let's just call it. So I just called it, and then the 2 to go. I was like, I'm happy with that.
Nice. Good work.
Finishing both races is no small feat
Yeah.
Yep.
on that weekend. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was good. It
Yeah,
was
it's
good.
good.
I mean, the first day for me was always, I knew I'd never say this in any other race, but I know I'd do well. That's that attrition, hard racing the whole time, on, off, but also a lengthy time as well. That just suits me. So maybe do nationals next year.
Yes.
And then
I must
you
say
can get
that
locked in.
No, I'll probably do Warning next year, actually.
the bike path from Moonta to Wallaroo is quite nice now. They've fully
Yes.
opened it and all the way to Kadena. We had that a few times.
Any black and white
Yeah,
friends?
Yes.
No more of that horrible road that runs
No.
between the two.
No, on the bike
Yeah.
path now.
Oh, we did go on the road up there on Friday, didn't we? And then we
did.
were like, oh, there's a bike path.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
We went home that way.
Yeah, that magpie got me again this year.
Good.
He recognises faces.
No, he got his brother last year, and I was just texting his brother at the right time saying, that magpie's here again, and the next minute, fucking boof, straight in the side of the head.
That's beautiful.
I'm not sure if young Butterfield's Meg, has a handle name, but she rode the road to Moonta that day, and she was getting KO'd by the magpie as well.
On the bypass?
No, on the road. Yeah. I was like, there's a bike path. She's like, it's gravel. My bike's clean.
No, it's not gravel.
Damn.
Anywho.
All right.
We
Cashy.
have some notable mentions.
What have we got here? We've got a certain someone. I don't know how to pronounce
Me either,
this.
but that's
That's
how
his
the
last
name
name,
came.
Coca.
Coca? Is it Coca? Okay, it's not Coca. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
No. Coca. Ian.
So Coca bought 5 coffees for us. So
thank
massive,
you.
absolutely
Thank you,
massive shout out. Sorry about the name pronunciation, but no, I really do appreciate it because it actually goes towards all of this delightful
Setup.
stuff and equipment we've got. So
Amazing.
that's awesome work. And also we have a very young lad by the name of Harry McGregor who did a Mount Osmond Everest. Yuck.
Amazing.
Yesterday.
What side? Beaumont side?
Beaumont
Beaumont
side.
side.
Yeah.
Which
Very
is
cool, lad.
like the side that I did is kind of easier because the descent's much easier.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
It
you
is.
have to,
Yeah.
like those hairpins,
Yeah,
you have
they're
to be paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Good point.
So that's a tough one.
Yeah. Kudos
Shout
to
out
you,
to Harry
Yeah.
McGregor.
And-
he's a high
17
schooler,
17 years old.
What?
Yeah.
He's ticking off all these huge challenges. Like he did the 160k Rockley
Oh, cool.
only a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's done Dirty Dozens. Like
Wowzers.
he's a
And he's not
middle
actually
distance runner
Yeah,
as well.
He's not a
So he's
dedicated cyclist.
Yeah.
He's an absolute engine. So good on him.
Does
Love to see it.
anyone know how long it took him to do the Everest?
It was under 12 hours, I think.
That's sick.
Wow.
That's good. That's motoring.
That's some. I'd be keen to see the numbers, but more importantly, actually, he did it for charity.
Yes.
So he did it for Cycle for Sam.
Extra good on you, Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice
Cycle
work,
for Sam
Harry.
Foundation. So I'm pretty sure it's probably all over us. Will it be on our socials?
I can make that happen if
Thank
you would
you.
like.
There's some other
Chuck him a
things.
follow on
Some other
Strava.
Yeah,
things
chuck
that
him
you
a
can
follow
put on the
on Strava,
socials
Harry
too.
McGregor.
Sorry, I just had 2 people talking to me at once. What did you say?
Sorry.
The other things to go on the socials, which we are going to mention, is our Keystone launch party next weekend,
Yes.
Saturday, 4 p.m. onwards here, 91
Yes.
Little Rundle Street. If you're listening, come down and say hello to all of us, please.
Yes.
I'll
Is
be
there
signing
a G on
boobs.
entry?
I believe there is a
Signing boots? Yes.
No
signing boobs.
Sure.
I can sign boobs and boots. Yep.
I believe there is a gin on entry. We're going to have a paella van. There's
Yes.
talk of a jumpy castle.
Sorry, my Spanish heritage just cringed there. It's Bahia.
Whatever.
Well, this is where you need to step in.
Yeah.
And this is where you need to correct us.
Yeah, I will.
¿Por qué no los dos? Is that what it is?
Why don't we have
I
both?
mean, I learned that from the ad.
From the El Paso ad.
You'll enter from Dora
¿Por qué
Explorer.
no los dos?
I have receipted the jumpy castle this afternoon as well.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes,
you
you heard
have
it
a
here.
jumping castle? Are you
It's not
serious?
for you.
Oh, not
Yeah.
for. Is it for adults?
Alcohol and jumping castles. What
Is
can
this
go
for the
wrong?
children or for the adults?
This is
Or
for me.
see how it goes?
Depends what time of night. Once all the children are going home,
Yeah.
it's for the adults.
And then the following day, with a very nice, hopefully non-sore head, we have the charity ride for the Breakthrough Foundation. Put that on the socials, please. We are going on
Yes,
that.
Where does that ride go?
From Government House, there's 2 different loops. There's a 50k and a 100k. 50k is flat towards the beach, heading a bit south, then comes back to Government House. The 100k, you go in the hills first, freeway, come across down Norton Summit, and then do the flat course,
Excellent.
finishing at Government House.
Jeez.
There you go.
Where is Government
Corner
House?
Frankie?
Well, actually, I don't know.
Corner
Corner
of King
of
William
North Terrace, King William.
and North Terrace.
Where the horse is, the dude on the horse.
I learned last year that's where the governor lives.
You
would've
met the
thought?
governor,
I know.
wasn't she there?
She came out.
Anywho, Frankie, put in the socials, please.
Okay, all right.
Anyway, let's jump right into it. The main reason why we exist. Let's see who wants. Let's see who's been spinning up the summit this week and check out the times for the folks that have been giving us a show. Might be the fast guys. It'll be the slow ones too. It's going to be everyone in between. But like we said, we'll dive into their rides and data a little bit more robustly, and we'll see who and what has caught Frankie's eyes on the leaderboard for some hand-picked times. Starting with Kodak Moment, the fastest man and woman for the week.
Okay, so fastest man, Colossal Wang.
Get out.
I know, crazy. So the ride length during a 116-kilometre ride, and we can actually ask him where it was within the ride.
Scoopers would have been
Was it the
start.
sort of early? Or?
No, it wasn't Supers. It was post-chop, but I didn't do chop. I went and met the bunch after chop.
and then just ripped him a new one.
And then, no, I didn't start it. I was just following Wills to start with, and then they turned up the heat, and it was just me and young Zach Marriage left at the top.
Ooh,
Yeah, nice.
that's an elite selection there. So you pulled a 12:47,
Did, yeah. Yep.
12% off your PR.
Yes.
Bloody good effort. Love to see it.
It was a good win yesterday as well. Pretty low watts, to be honest.
Yeah, it seemed kind of like it was very westerly-ish.
Yeah,
like,
which is ideal for Normans.
Yeah, it's as good as it gets because you change direction so much.
Yeah,
you need a very specific one.
West-southwest is probably the best wind up there.
Great.
I don't know which direction that is.
Tail.
From the beach.
Oh,
Roughly.
so coming this
from the
way.
west.
Yes, tailwind
Well,
from
I
behind you.
See, the thing is in my brain, I think west, and I think it's like heading west.
Yeah, you got to think opposite way.
Opposite way, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
The power, 369 watts. Very
Yep.
spicy. So for the women, we have Mike Wazowski, who
Amazing.
did a 14:36.
This is a rapid.
She's actually beaten her PB.
Oh, no, that's a
Holy
PB.
dooly.
I
Yep.
misread it. So
Really?
a new
Yeah.
PB,
Wowzers.
13:56. So we have a
Yep.
sub 14
Massive.
minute,
Yep.
5% better
Yep.
than the previous of 14:36.
She's now fourth on the she
Overall,
got
for the
fourth on the
women's.
leaderboard for the
Wow.
women's segment.
Yeah.
there.
Kudos to you.
191 beats.
She was working.
Jeez.
And you'd have to say watts per kilo.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
she
up
only
there.
weighs about 30
That is
kilos.
up there. So congratulations.
She's only 16
Mike
seconds off the
Wazowski.
com.
Wow.
Who has the QMM for?
Oh, what was her name?
Sarah. She came-
Oh, okay.
We've got some fast ladies here in Adelaide.
Yeah, we
She's
do.
just come back from Italy when she'd done a bit of stint over
Oh, Euro watts.
there,
Can't beat it.
and also come home with a concussion. So
Oof, don't like that.
it's not from a crash.
Head above
Right.
the rest.
Wang.
All right,
Men's
men's
bracket.
bracket. What do we got here? 14-minute bracket. So some rapid guys here. Look who we got here.
Yeah, this
Podcast
is good.
favourite.
Yep.
Wingardium Levi Yorohosa with a time of 15:05. This is his quickest Norton he's done
Since
bit.
the crash.
being back on the bike after his run of bad luck. So he's coming back into some form. 71k ride, 173 beats per minute, 23.4 average. Next we have tossed broccolini.
My
It
mum.
just sounds so
named him that.
disgusting.
Does it?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like when you put broccoli in your pan, you put water and
No.
olive oil and you toss
No.
it?
This is a massive PB by over a
Yeah.
minute.
Oh, well done.
So
Holy,
previous
that's
PB
jolly.
of 15 minutes 16. He's now down to a 14:06. So
Touching distance
work.
of a sub 14.
very
Yeah.
close to that
Yeah.
13
don't
minute.
tempt him.
84k ride. 282. Pretty low watts for that sort of time.
Not really.
Does he have a CRM?
Yeah, no, that's under reading, I reckon. Next we have Janus. Also pretty close to a PB, this guy. He's got a PB of 13:56.
10
He ran a
seconds.
14:06.
So what, missed that
118k
phone off?
ride.
You can't tell me you're not going for it when you're that close.
I know, right?
Average watts 326, and look at his heart rate 185.
Yep.
This might have been on supers, all these guys possibly. Next we have also close to a PB of a 13:57. He's gone 14:11, 334 watts, 177 beats per minute. Jim doesn't carry.
I like that.
Got a
work.
calf shot of him at the crits last week, just
Yeah.
to go full circle.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
With the
Beautiful
tree?
glowing calves.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
then lastly,
Living tree.
also pretty close to a PB, 14 minutes 16, 48k ride, 169 beats per minute. We have one night in Shimano.
Amazing. I'll take the women.
Frankie, women's bracket.
All right, so we have a famous name change to Cactus, who has done a 115-kilometre ride with a 16:05, 9% off her PB of 14:42. We then have Savage Sweet Potato, who has done a 16:49 on a 50-kilometre ride, 241 watts of power for that one. We've got Quizzical Dog, who has done a... Damn.
That's a big PB.
A big, massive PB. So her PB was 22:31, and she has done 19:27. So that has
17.
19:17. So she has improved her PB by 14%.
Yo.
So all
that
these
is
people
wonderful.
with PBs, if you want name changes, get in contact
get in
with us.
contact with the pod,
Yeah.
please.
Please. Some people do. It's great.
Yeah.
So then we've got Big Squid, who has done a 20-minute and 8-second 20-minute and
This is
8
your
second time.
spreadsheet, Frankie.
Yeah.
I know, on a 46-kilometre ride with a PB of 18:07. So low heart rate, 156 beats per minute. So it must just be chilling. And then we have famous non-vegan greens and amphetamines.
Just amphetamines.
Just the
She sends it.
amphetamines.
Yeah.
76-kilometre ride with a 20:48, who
Just
is 31% of her PB.
What is her PB? It's pretty rapid.
It is crazy. And I know her strength is climbing. So for our team, I think she's going to want to try and do something for the team for the next round of the Super Series.
Freeway.
Yes.
Yep.
I can't climb.
Keen.
I'm like a sail. Like, it's all up top and
You're
I
like
catch
the
a
Wang.
wind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Arrow is a dump truck.
It's not going to matter going uphill.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how she goes for that, because honestly, I can't even do a 25-minute Norton at the moment. So
I reckon you can.
Lucky it's only
Maybe.
2K up in the freeway Camise.
Yeah, actually, that's a question. Does anyone know where the course starts and finishes?
Everyone knows where the course. Just get onto
I
Strava
don't.
and
You got to
find
do
the segment.
Here's some Rico.
Okay. Kashi, you have the
Hello.
pick. Yeah.
What have you done, Cash?
I do. No, I was just looking at names because I was sent a text.
You're not allowed to give them out.
No, I was looking at names because I was sent to see if a certain person had a handle name already. Because a certain person by the name of Passion Fruit Flavoured Oxy Shred was talking to another person about them getting PR, and I was like, oh, maybe. Okay.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yes, and New Matey, just to call out to New Matey, got a PR of a 14:47. But anyway, our handpick is the Lonely Peroni. Not
Yeah.
bad. With a 23.
I know someone who likes that beer.
With a 26k ride, no power, no heart
Target
rate. But Lonely Peroni. Whose handpick was that? Was that yours?
I just decided to go back in the 24-3-minute bracket because I'm quite lazy and I've been going for the faster people just because my spreadsheet already has a lot of names for people who go up quite consistently. And I just wasn't in the zone to make up more.
Lazy.
Yeah.
Well, the other shout out, New Matey did a 14:47 average of 336 watts. So he's out of the 15 bracket.
I
There
should
you go.
also mention that we are now up to 421 individual names that have been on the podcast so far.
Wowzers. That's a lot of people.
Wow.
It's a lot of people and a lot of stuff that has come up in my brain.
Has anyone ever got really unhappy about their name? Do they ever reach out and go, how dare you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Frankie almost lost their job.
Yeah, so
Really?
Queen Laquifa is actually my boss, and he pays my wage. And so he listened to the episode, and Alex, Josh, and I genuinely went into like damage control. But then people were like, thought it was really funny, and I think maybe he kind of liked the attention that he was getting from it. So then it warmed up for him.
Okay. That is a high risk strategy.
It is.
yes.
It is.
So Irish.
Yeah. But now you know, like the margins of what you can get away with at work are much wider than they were before.
Oh yeah.
There's been a few
exactly.
people that were just like, I cannot believe you called me that. And then they get a PB. They're like, no, I don't want to change it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Like
it's like,
sizable
hang on.
salami,
You like
all
it.
those things.
Yeah. Anywho,
Yeah.
so what's coming up?
What is coming
All
up,
the
Alex?
photo opportunities. Here we go.
Oh, it's gonna be
calves.
big. It's gonna be a bloody big
NCC,
one.
Tuesday, 17th of October, we have the Vic Park Crits. We also have it on Thursday, 19th of October. That's a women's and junior crits.
Maybe I should do the Thursday one instead.
both.
Yeah,
For
do
Kennel
the
or
first.
Do
Stop.
both. Yep.
Hayden will sort you out for calf shots on the Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Port Adelaide Cycling Club on the 19th of October doing a motor pace track and road at Hanson Reserve. We've had this one before, but South Coast
Hanson
Cycling.
Reserve, not Hanson Road.
Oh, not Hanson Road.
Monday the 16th, any woman, any bike at Edwardstown Velodrome, and there's also some junior training going on.
Very good.
Again, South Coast, Wednesday 18th, training and racing at Edwardstown. Adelaide Mountain Bike Club, race number 9, Sunday the 28th. That's the XCO at Willowy, or Willowy, however
Just
that's
out of
pronounced.
Melrose.
Just out of Melrose.
Beautiful
yeah.
place.
Yeah, rode there one day. Oz Cycling SA, we have Sunday the 29th October, round 6 of Super Series, which is the Freeway Kermesse.
Bring it on.
Oh,
Yep.
can't wait. That's going to be
And
so much
Two of
fun.
us.
Lastly, the Gravity Enduro, Sunday the 22nd of October, round 5 at Bennett's.
Wang.
Wang.
Oh, yes, me. Now, if you've enjoyed yourself, why don't you give us a follow through your favourite podcast app?
We've only done this like
or
100
access
times.
our episodes through YouTube as well. Please subscribe. hit the bell icon, and don't forget to tell all your friends and share with everyone.
We're also all over the socials where we give you updates, info, and let you know when new episodes are out, along with other podcast news and information. And if you want to support the podcast, please head to our Buy Me a Coffee page, and if you donate, we're going to give you a shout out on the podcast this week.
Before you go ahead, did you change it to Buy Me a Burrito?
Yeah, because Buy Me a Coffee is the platform.
Yes.
And then I stopped using that platform. So
where do we get the Buy Me a Burrito one?
Sorry?
Where do we get the Buy Me a Burrito one?
Oh, it's just PayPal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. I kind of, yeah. Plus, I wanted to dream bigger.
Yes.
Like, do you know how much burritos cost nowadays?
Yeah, with
I didn't
Pop,
even
it's
know.
like
cost of
$17.
living, it's like, we're up to $15,
Buy Me a
$17.
Sambuca.
Gonna have to start PayPaying that
Buy
shit.
me a lemon meringue
meringue
shot.
Afterpay, sorry. Afterpay.
Yeah, we're going to have to,
Afterpay.
What was that
shot.
bread you afterpay?
Dark
Alex?
rye.
The dark rye.
Yeah, buy me a dark rye.
I love it.
Can we actually call it Buy Me a Dark Rye?
You can use that for someone's name. I'll get a
Or a
PB up
dehydrated
Norton.
steak.
Yeah, why not? Or a CNB, buy me a CNB zinger.
CNB burger.
Let's go.
Love it.
So we'd love your feedback and get to know your thoughts. So hit us up and let's have a chat through our Facebook and Instagram page, or shoot through an email to radelaidesummit@gmail.com. And with that,
No.
Comedic outro.
Wang's got us a joke this
oh,
week.
Wangfeld.
Wang.
Wangfeld.
Not the one you said before.
No.
Okay.
No, that was-
Jesus
that was-
Christ.
You
I don't wanna get-
rejected
I want to
something?
go.
I don't know. What's up with that?
I'll tell you
must
the
be
joke now if you want.
horrendous.
No,
tell you.
I
Text
don't
it to
want to.
Off air.
I'm going to get cancelled.
Why was Boy George banned from the lizard enclosure at the zoo?
Because he liked his lips. He likes lips. I don't know.
You need to know Boy George's songs.
Because he cummed on a chameleon.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
That
Was that the one that
hope
made
not
the
to
cut, or
see
was that the...
I have not
We'll see
heard
the
this.
rest of you out in the summer this
Oh,
week.
Jesus Christ.
Bye. Thanks, Kodak Moment.
Thanks for having me.